All right. Back again. Just going to sit here and wait and see if anybody shows up. We had a bit of a power surge just as I was talking about the tenuous nature of the Texas power grid. Here I am taking shots at ERCOT, and just as I finished my little rant, the power flared up in here and everything blinked for a minute. And I thought it was fine because everything came right back on. It was like momentarily, but I guess it knocked off the internet and there was some sort of internet disruption, which screwed up the show. Yeah, I know, Ross. I know. I lost all the chat from earlier. With that said, I was able to get myself a little cup of coffee, so that's nice. I just rescheduled. And I hope this shows my dedication to you all, the fine viewer, the fine friend who tunes in, streams in, whatever, clicks in every day. That even though I only promised a 2-hour show, I still felt really bad about the way it ended. So we're back, and I don't know how many of you are going to come back. I'm basically done. Anyway, what was I talking about? Was there anything I was even talking about? Uh, Tell the Soul Train story. Didn't I already do the Soul Train story? What's that, that's Don Cornelius died today. Did I tease a Soul Train story? Hold on. Logo to camera. See, look at that. They know. Starbucks knows how to put their logo. It's on both sides, even if I was left-handed. You see there. So it is unfortunate as we build back up the people into the chat room. We seem to have lost. Yes, you did Soul Train. What was my Soul Train story? Oh, oh yeah. Nah. And I'll tell you why. Because people were different back then, and grown-ups. Let's just say that there were not my mom and not anybody who actually raised me, but there was an individual older white man who didn't like that I enjoyed watching Soul Train and used to make comments all the time about it. And I was like, oh, so that must be, I'm like 10. I'm like, oh, that's what a racist is. Oh, I get it. That guy sucks. That's all. There wasn't really much more detail than that. All right. So you know what we can do? We can do something a little bit different since I did it. I'm really sorry that I lost all of. Oh, but did I lose the chat room? Maybe can I go? I might be able to pull up here if I just go to YouTube and pull up the show from earlier. Will it be already posted? I don't know. These things happen like magic. I really don't do anything. Let's see here. Okay, so part 2 is trying to. I don't want part 2. Ooh, excuse me. Coffee hitting me. Here, let me see. Because if I can go back, I can just read the chat room from the earlier show. It's not up yet. It's not. I guess maybe what? Still processing. I don't know. Ooh, yeah. All right. We can do question and answer. Anybody got any questions for me? We can do that. We can talk about such things. I can mention that you can support the show at any of the links down below. That's always helpful. End of the month, bill time. You can also equally as important, and thank you so much to the people who are doing it now. Just forward the show when you see a little promotion for the show coming through, like, hey, this show's coming up. Please forward it. Just forward it. Maybe say something nice. You don't have to say something nice, but clicking forward is the least that you can do. And it legitimately is the least that you can do. That's really easy. That's no skin off your back. I wouldn't think so. John says, I ordered the surf and turf today from McDonald's. Didn't realize you have to build it yourself. Yeah, how about that? They just give you like 2 sandwiches in it. That's stupid. That's like you could always do that. I was a little bit depressed by that too. I thought that there was going to be like a whole new presentation by McDonald's that would combine a Filet-O-Fish with a Big Mac, but no. It's just like, "Okay, stupid. Here's your Big Mac and here's your Filet-O-Fish, dummy. Eat it, you cow." That's how they're treating us. It was just a branding opportunity. That thing turned out to be a big. You know what I want? I want a combination hot fudge sundae and French fries. I want you to put the French fries in the hot fudge. That's something they do in Europe. They eat French fries and they dip it in ice cream. Wait a second, is that a Europe thing? Hold on, now I got to look into that shit. Is that a thing? Hold on, French fries and ice cream. French fries and ice cream. There it is. It like comes up second after French fries and gravy. Where do they do French fries and ice cream? How do you dip French fries in ice cream? What the fuck? What do you mean, how do you dip French fries in ice cream? The Google questions are so stupid. Why French fries dipped in a Wendy's Frosty? Oh, is that a thing? Apparently that's a thing. Let's see. The science behind Wendy's Frosty and French fry phenomenon. Well, I wouldn't call it a phenomenon. I've barely heard of it. Like the first brave soul to wrap their lips around a cow's udder and drink milk, the culinary vanguard who broke all fast food norms by dipping their fries in a milkshake was a crazy, brilliant bastard who changed the world by taking a chance. And it ended up with a food hack worthy of 1,000 super excited listicles. They broke that seal and became an anonymous legend. Unfortunately, there's no way to trace the phenomenon back to patient zero. Finding the first person to do this is a thing. This is a thing. I guess this is a thing. And I've heard of this. I've heard of the Wendy's, you get yourself a Frosty and then you dip your French fries in it. Except I don't know if it's really a thing or if just some magazine posted it as like an April Fool's thing. And then everybody else was like, "Oh no, it's a thing. I read about it." When really it's just you're being jobbed. But I thought it was like something they do in England or Europe. Let's see here. French fries are the perfect vessel to scoop out something like this. It combines salty and sweet. Salty and sweet is good. Salty and sweet is good. Absolutely, that's a thing. I'm from Ohio. Here, somebody writes, "I'm from Ohio, where Wendy's HQ is located, so I might be biased, but this is certainly something that I grew up with. I have very clear memories of doing this as a kid. Sure, there are molecular underpinnings as to why salty-sweet combos work so well, taste-wise, but the real appeal here might be something different." All right, so it is a thing. So there you go. All right. But a Frosty is like kind of thick. Like, wouldn't I, if you're going to do that? And McDonald's French fries or Wendy's French fries suck compared to McDonald's French fries. Do you know what some of my favorite McDonald's French fries are? No, Pugs. How could we possibly know what your favorite McDonald's French? I like at the bottom, the little ones that are really crunchy. Like, wouldn't that be something cool? Like if McDonald's if McDonald's offered just the little, we'll call them French fry toenails. Nobody's going to call it that. That is unappetizing. Well, I'm going to call them French fry toenails. The little French fry toenails that are like at the bottom. They're crunchy. Those are good. Those are good. Those are just like the shoestring potatoes, dummy. You can already get those. Yeah, but they're hot. They're hot and they're underneath like the good fries. Now I want French fries. Look at this. I did it. Now I want French fries and ice cream. This is why you're fat. Stupid. I know. By the way, is it enjoying for you to see I've let out my internal dialogue. And these little conversations that I have with myself, I'm an only child. I've been having them my whole life. I just typically don't vocalize them in such a way. But because I have nobody to talk to, I've decided to let that guy out. The guy who hates me. The guy who, I don't know. I didn't even have a name. He's just the guy that whenever I have a great idea, and I have great ideas, whenever I have a great idea, there's always that guy in my head who goes, "Oh my God, here's another thing you're never going to follow through on. And by the way, don't even waste your time on this one. This one is as stupid as the last one." And then the real me goes, "Yeah, that'll never work." And here we are. So I hope you're enjoying me letting that guy out. French fry draft. Ross Rubio with a brilliant idea here as we try to extend as much time at today's show as possible. French fry draft. Wow. Okay, sir. We'll do this. In the first round, I mean, it's the Heisman Trophy winning national champion, right? I mean, it's McDonald's. In the first round of the French fry draft, the contingent from the Pugs and Company High Noon Edition select the McDonald's French fry. The McDonald's French fry. In the second round of the French fry draft, the contingent from the Pugs and Company High Noon Show select the Whataburger French fry. In the third round of the French fry draft, the contingent from the Pugs and Company Show select the cottage fry. Oh, look at him! He went in. He didn't even. That's not even a Division I French fry. He went with the off-brand restaurant cottage fry. Aren't those the round ones? I kind of like those. In the fourth round of the Pugs and Company French fry draft, the contingent from Pugs and Company select the Burger King French fry. He went Burger King! Nobody saw that coming. He went Burger King after the cottage fry. And in the fifth round, Wendy's. Because they're like the big ones. You got to mix it up a little. Although there is a hot dog place, now I feel like I got to redo the draft. Because there's a hot dog place near where I grew up called Junior's. And their French fries are like super thin. They're like they're shoestring potatoes. No, these are really and they are good. Junior's French fries. There you go. Wendy's new ones are decent too. Only have them once. I haven't had. I didn't know that Wendy's had new French fries. I just remember the classic Wendy's French fry is kind of a thicker one, which is nice from time to time, but nothing beats the McDonald's French fry. What are you kidding me? You can't beat that. You can't beat the McDonald's French fry. All right, I'm looking to see if I have access to 2-1 High Noon 2-1. I do. Okay, so it looks like I can address the chat room, possibly. Let's see here. Although I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this. I'm going to have to do this in real time. Let's see how this works. Oh. Nope, that's wrong. How do I pause this stuff? Hold on. There we go. All right. Let's see. So, again, this will be a very... okay, so Jeff Glenn points out that Leslie is coming out strong. What is Leslie coming out strong with? She says, hiya, Leslie. Pillow pals sound very dude on dude to me. Pillow pals. Yeah, well, I like the alliteration of Pugs and Parker presents Pillow Pals. It does have a very dude. So what? I don't care. Dude on dude, whatever. Doesn't bother me. You believe what you want to believe. And she also says, but if that's what you're going for, then okay. I don't know if that's what I'm going for. I think that's where your mind went. I'm perfectly comfortable with it. Let's see. Let's jump ahead. Let's see here. What else? All right. April says, I have a beach vacation in a month. We already talked about that. April. That's because I said that I want to do like weigh-ins, and then I want you people, if I don't lose at least a pound a week or two, then you guys need to hammer me. So maybe we do that. Maybe we start a weight loss club. Hey, that's original, Pugs. Oh, I bet you think you're the first person to come up with that. See, that's the guy. That's the guy who every one of my ideas, he just shits on me. Jeff says, Pugs, I'd kill to be looking as good as you right now. Everything is relative, my man. Well, that's a compliment, and then it's not a compliment. So thank you. Byron says, big local news. Ice is coming. All are doomed. Okay. Yep, that's a thing. Let's see what else do we have here. I recognize that I'm going to be missing a couple of people because I have to jump ahead. The video, the moment of joy where the street justice occurred. Jeff Glenn thinks that's Lebanon. Okay, we'll jump ahead here. Let's see. Byron says, "I absolutely envy you on this. I wish I had never watched it." What are you talking about, Byron? I don't know what that was in. April says she's going on her vacation in 3 weeks. Okay, so we're gonna jump ahead. This ain't really working. Byron says pillow biters for Pugs and Parker present pillow biters. Yeah, I may as well just keep it with pillow talk if we're going to go with pillow biters. I was looking for the I was looking for the Pugs and Parker present pillow pals, pillow pundits. Pugs and Parker present pillow pundits. Wow! Hey, we got it. Pugs and Parker present the pillow pundits. Oh, come on, Leslie, let me hear it. Come on, tell me that one has homoerotic overtones. Pillow pundits. Byron says his daughter was 5 months old when the space shuttle exploded. He stood in the yard holding her for half an hour while the streak was visible. So I do not remember if I heard the boom, the explosion of the space shuttle over Texas upon reentry. Here's what I do remember. I do remember other people around me saying, "Oh, I heard it." And I remember the reports were that you could hear. I mean, it was certainly something that you could hear here. And I do remember stories about the streak across the sky that was visible in Texas. This like black, where it had disintegrated. It was visible, but I don't remember seeing it. I mean, I remember. It's funny. I can conjure up these memories and go, "Oh yeah, I saw it," or "Oh yeah, I heard it," but I don't remember if I did. And I would certainly tell you that it's Texas. Hearing booms is not that big of a deal. I mean, and I think so if I had heard a boom, at like 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, whatever it was Saturday early morning, not early morning, late morning, afternoon. So if I had heard that boom on a Saturday in Texas, I'd have just gone, somebody's duck hunting or something like that. I would have just thought it was something like that. And then like a half hour later, then you'd get the breaking news. Because when it happened, I didn't know to be listening for it. I would have just thought, that was something. So I don't really remember it. Jennifer Blair Martin, we talked about it. It's Sherman Hemsley's birthday today. Jennifer Blair Martin says that Sherman Hemsley's body sat in a cooler of a funeral home for months after his death because his family was fighting over it. I was living in Benbrook, Jennifer Hernandez. I was living in Benbrook at my mother-in-law's house, and debris could be found in our area, and authorities were asking people to report any that were found so that they could be sure they weren't human. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was the whole thing. The space shuttle, when it blew up over Texas, it just scattered debris for hundreds of miles. There were just people finding things on the road, farmers months later, out there in their fields finding like a NASA fender. Yeah, that's it, Pugs. You're a real space guy. They have fenders. That's what they call them, Pugs. Fenders. Ross Rubio pointing out it's Rick James's birthday. Rick James was in a band with Neil Young. Yeah, I know. We talked about that. Rick James ran up to Canada. He was AWOL. He was AWOL from the military for like years, and no one ever said anything, and no one did anything about it. My boy Kevin Barber, he agrees with me. Sherilyn Fenn, totally remember your infatuation with her. Yeah. What do you mean you remember my You didn't share my infatuation for Sherilyn Fenn? You're gonna make me pull up some Sherilyn Fenn from back in the day? You didn't have an infatuation with Sherilyn Fenn? you spell it? I don't even know how to spell. You're such a moron. You can't even spell Sherilyn Fenn. There she is. Sherilyn Fenn's birthday. She's she's an older woman now. She's an older woman, but back in the day, boy, let me tell you, she was. Let me find a good one. Let me find one that I really appreciate. One of my all-time favorites. Look here, these are some modern pictures of her. She was on you guys ever watch The Americans? Yeah, what? They're all going to answer individually, Pugs. You're not actually having a two-way conversation. She I hadn't seen her do anything for years and years. And then she was on the Americans, which was a show about Soviet spies in the 1980s living in America. Yeah, that's pretty. Still pretty. Still, she's so pretty. Look, oh, there you go. Wait, is this changing? Yeah, it is. Okay. So pretty. 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 Oh, look at her. Sexy. Look at her. She's sexy. Pretty. Pretty. Ah, okay. Look at her. She's a modern Sherilyn Fenn. Still pretty. Pretty. Beautiful. Oh, oh my God. All right, I got to stop this. Big fan of Sherilyn Fenn. Happy birthday, Sherilyn. And we're Twitter friends, which is such a life accomplishment of mine that Sherilyn Fenn knows I exist. All right, let's see here. Rob Barr, rocker and singer. Rob Barr and Ross Rubio. You guys should hook up. A couple of musicians that are in the chat room all the time. Rob Barr, Warrant was cherry pie, poison was every rose has its thorn. Hated all that shit too. Rob was a singer, very talented singer-songwriter in a band that I managed back in the day. Managed, yeah. I mean, can't really call yourself a manager if the band doesn't, the band doesn't make it. Then you're just a friend who hung out and tried to book gigs for him. We were talking about Heather O'Rourke, the little girl from the girl from Poltergeist. She died at 12 years old. Today was her birthday. She was born on this day in 1975. Adam Reyna says, my friend Jay died of Crohn's disease when he was 27. It sucks, man. Yes, so many things can go wrong, man. Screech Death Day is what Byron says. Is today the day that Screech died? How come I didn't have that? How come I don't have Dustin Diamond dying today? Let me see here. Let me see why. How could I possibly have missed that? Is he not mentioned? Oh boy. I wonder. Did I? Hold on, folks. I may have done something terrible today. I may have done something. Did I screw this up? Holy shit. Hold on. Okay, wait a second. Hold on, folks. Just bear with me for a second. Oh, no. Okay, we're good. I thought for a minute that I pulled all of my things that happened on this day. I thought I had the wrong day. I thought for a second that maybe I did yesterday, because it seems to me that Screech dying would have been quite a deal. That would have been something that I'd remember. But let's see here. Did I just miss it? Did I just miss the death? I did. Byron, I missed it. I am so sorry. Yes, on this day, Dustin Screech Diamond died. Boy, he was that's how did I miss that? Oh man, I suck, dude. I totally suck. Screech, he died on this day. Let's see what his how did he die? He was kind of he had a difficult kind of whole vibe about him. He was sick though, wasn't he? I thought he was sick. It wasn't like, he didn't like OD or anything like that. Let me see here. Illness and death. Illness. Okay. So in early January 2021, Diamond was diagnosed with extensive stage 4 small cell carcinoma of the lungs. He completed one round of chemotherapy but died from the disease on February 1st, 2021, at age 44. Boy. So I have a Screech story. It's not a good one. So, of course, Dustin Diamond played Screech on Saved by the Bell. He was, everybody on Saved by the Bell was super cool and super beautiful, except for Screech. Screech was the nerd. Screech was the one they all picked on. Screech was the dork, comedic relief. And after Saved by the Bell went off the air, Screech had a little bit of difficulty. He didn't want to be Screech anymore. He wanted, and it's hard. Just ask Bob Denver. He never shook the Gilligan thing. He was Gilligan forever. And that's kind of what Screech had to go through. And so he started doing these things that were, in complete opposition to the character of Screech. And he kind of, he didn't behave himself. He had he did like that weird porn tape to try and destroy the Screech image. In 2006, Diamond directed and released his own celebrity sex tape, Screeched, Saved by the Smell. According to Melanie McFarlane's retelling of a press release, Diamond initially said the tape got out because he and a group of friends had a monthly gathering wherein they exchanged sex tapes. Several years later, Diamond said in a Where Are They Now interview on the Oprah Winfrey Network that he was not in the sex tape, rather a stunt double had his likeness superimposed. I don't know what that means. So he came on, he did our show. He was doing comedy. He started to do comedy. And he came in to do the show with Kelly and me. And now at the time it was just, dude, you're a dick. Why are you being a dick? He came in with an attitude. He came in like he was just going to be combative about everything. And it didn't go well. I seem to remember Kelly and Screech getting into a fight and him either being kicked out of the studio or banned. There was some banning talk. I don't remember what it was. You don't have to ban Screech. It's like you just don't invite him back. But I remember thinking, man, that's got to be tough. It's this dude, this actor, the human being, Dustin Diamond, has to walk around every day with people treating him in reality like Screech. Because, they're all, a generation grew up with Saved by the Bell. A generation grew up picking on Screech and calling Screech names and being mean to Screech was something that was cool and fun and that he was all right with. When in reality, the dude, the grown-up man, Dustin Diamond, doesn't want to be jacked with. So I think he had a chip on his shoulder. I think he may have come into interviews a little bit reluctant to do the Screech thing. I don't know, whatever it was. I remember me thinking that he was a dick, and I remember Kelly being more aggressive towards him. Like, you're an asshole. Why are you being an asshole? He probably thought we were just like every other shock show. There's, really, you come in, we will talk to you. We want to, we're not going to do, hey man, we didn't even watch Saved by the Bell. That was like a couple of years before us. That wasn't really our generation. We weren't, but whatever. In 2001, Diamond filed for bankruptcy in California. He moved to Port Washington, Wisconsin in 2003. On June 13th, 2006, he asked listeners of the Howard Stern Show to visit his website and purchase a t-shirt. I paid $15 to save Screech's house, spelling Screech with an extra E for copyright reasons. Oh, man. So he couldn't even use Screech because they were busting his balls on that? So he sold shirts to try and save his house. He said he hoped to sell 30,000 shirts in order to raise $250,000 and avoid foreclosure on his house. Okay. I get that he's Screech. I get that he's do you know what kind of house $250,000 buys you in Port Washington, Wisconsin? It's a big ass house. That's a mansion. Yeah, you can get a house. Wisconsin ain't that expensive. That's probably a nice house. Probably on the lake. Probably. On December 26, 2014, Dustin Diamond was arrested in Ozuka County, Wisconsin, for possession of a switchblade knife, which he was alleged to have pulled during a bar altercation in which a man was stabbed. Oh, I remember that. Amanda Schultz, his fiance, was found guilty of disorderly conduct and fined $500. On May 29, 2015, he was convicted of 2 misdemeanors. Imagine walking into a bar. You're in Wisconsin, man. You're just as far away from Hollywood as possible. You're just trying to be a regular guy. You walk into a bar with a girlfriend, and a bunch of drunk dudes start treating you like Screech. I imagine the dude had to fight his way out of bullshit all the time. And wasn't he like didn't he know how to fight? Like wasn't he like wasn't that a part of the story? Screech is a black belt or something like that. Let me see if I can find anything about that. Trying to see if there's anything here. He was a pro wrestler. He did pro wrestling. I don't see anything about Screech being a black belt, but I remember that being a rumor. But I think if I was Screech, and again, you got to go out in the world and you got to have everybody treat you like Screech. Even if that is disinformation, you want that out there. You want people thinking you can handle yourself. Maybe that'll tamp down some of the people that are messing with you. All right, there you go. On February, this is interesting. This is my neighborhood. On February 11th, 2011, Diamond teamed with Jordan McIntyre and Knight Wagner, losing to MS Chiff, Marion Fontaine, and Crotch. This is a wrestling story. And Crotch in an intergender match at AAW in Marionette Park, Illinois. Look at that. 115th and what? Was 115th and like Pulaski? Marionette Park, right there on the border of Chicago. He teamed with Bushwhacker. Okay, we're done. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to short shrift Screech. I didn't know that he died today. I told you I had to reboot all the computers and everything. And the last thing that I typically do is people who died. And I guess I didn't go all the way through that. All right, what do we got here? Ross says he remembers the Screech interview. Thank you. Okay. Byron was talking about the beheading video when he said that I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to watch that. Yeah, no, but who wants to watch that? No, that's a weird thing. Let's see here. Let's see what else we were talking about in the. Jeff Glenn says that it's Dark Chocolate Day here in the United States of America. Jeff Glenn says that white chocolate is the best. Jeff, I applaud where you're going with that. And white chocolate is delicious, but you can't look, if we're talking about the best, dude, milk chocolate is the best. Come on, what's wrong? Milk chocolate is the best. White chocolate is good, but it's a nice change of pace. But you can't it's too rich. White chocolate is too rich. I love white chocolate, but milk chocolate is the best. I could eat a giant Easter rabbit, just solid milk chocolate. I eat that whole damn thing. Wasn't that a fun thing when you were a kid? When you'd get you'd get the giant. First of all, you'd get the rabbit, right? And you'd unpeel the rabbit, and there was like that moment where you had to decide if this sucked or not, because sometimes they'd cheap out and they'd get you the hollow rabbit. It's hollow. Come on. What are we doing here? I'm a fat kid. Where's the solid chocolate rabbit, Freeze? Don't give me no hollow rabbit. That's some bullshit. But you'd get the solid milk chocolate rabbit. And then, of course, not one of you didn't do this. You all did it. First thing you eat are the ears. You eat the ears off the rabbit, and then you can't sit and eat the entire milk chocolate solid rabbit in one sitting. So over the course of the next like 4 or 5 days, there was like slowly deteriorating chocolate rabbit in the refrigerator until maybe it got down to one little piece. Being a kid was fun. Let's see, what else do we got? I know I skipped over a whole bunch of stuff that was in the chat room, but Adam Morena says Mitch Trubisky sucks. Yeah, that's nice programmed response. No, he really doesn't. You really don't get it. You haven't seen everything. I'm not gonna get into football with a professional contrarian. I'm not gonna get into a football conversation. So, although, man, speaking of socks, this is something that I did not expect. I was listening to the ticket yesterday. Yeah, I jump around. I listen to the ticket and I listen to my station in Chicago, and I also listen to the fan out of New York. But I was listening to the ticket. They had a really, I don't know, was this the Hang Zone? I think it was on the Hang Zone. They had a very serious conversation about whether or not Dak Prescott is any good. And I was like, wow, I thought that was pretty much taken for granted. But they were, is this town turning on Dak? Because it definitely sounded like they were like, yeah, we got to move on from him. He's not who we thought he was. He's too expensive. What better alternative do you have? I mean, I don't know. I like Dak Prescott, but I was shocked to hear Dallas sports radio, the ticket no less, discussing very seriously whether or not Mitch Trubisky sucks, Adam. Well, your own Dallas people are talking about whether or not Dak sucks. And I was shocked by that. I was like, first of all, he doesn't suck. That was one of the hot takes, that Dak sucks. He doesn't suck. I mean, you know who sucks? I'll tell you who sucks. I got to think of a really bad quarterback. And I'm drawing a blank. I don't know. I erase all of that stuff from my head. Okay, let's see, what else do we have here. All right, and a bunch of people are talking about the ivermectin story, which I do not want to talk about that. Adam says Tulsa is cooler than Norman. I don't know. I've been to both, but to be fair, Adam, I've only been to Norman during a football game, and it was pretty cool. I've been to Tulsa just on a normal day, and I had fun. But then again, I can have fun pretty much anywhere. Let's see, whatever. Having fun is just all about the people that you're with, you know? All right, I think that's going to do it. I'll jump in now for the live time stuff. Jeff Glenn says, for Easter, I buy my kids 2 chocolate rabbits, 1 milk and 1 white. All right. Adam says, white chocolate. Even that shit is colonized. Yeah, really is. You know, here's my issue with white chocolate, and I like white chocolate. Do not get me wrong, okay? I like white chocolate. I do. I find it fine. But it's almost like white chocolate is saying, do you like chocolate but wish it tasted like vanilla? That's what white chocolate is. I like chocolate. I like milk chocolate. Do you enjoy? Do you want to tell people you like chocolate, but you really don't like it? You prefer vanilla. Here, have some white chocolate. It's chocolate that tastes like vanilla. Because that is what white chocolate is. Chocolate that tastes like vanilla. Byron, you say winner. Is that because of Pugs and Parker's Pillow Pundits? Pugs and Parker present the Pillow Pundits? Is that why you say it's? Because I think that's a winner. I definitely think that's a winner. It's way too sweet, Adam. I agree. I totally agree. All right. I guess that's gonna be it. I guess that's it. We'll do one quick little pass on. Should we do Twitter or Google? Let's go to Google this time. Let's see what's happening on the Google platform. Or should we do AOL? Nah, Google. It's easier. It's right here. All right. Let's see what's trending on Google at the moment. The Bing trends. Okay, here's Google. Bridgewater College. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh boy. All right. So CNN is on this. We've got a shooting.
We're deeply saddened by this incident, and we'll do everything we can to work to support the families, classmates, and staff in whatever way possible. There really are no words to describe the bravery exhibited by our staff and local authorities today. No one should ever have to respond to a tragedy like this.
So obviously a community there in mourning. We do know that.
All right. So that's not what I thought. That was Minnesota police. One student killed, one critically injured in shooting near school. Okay. So that is not this. Trending number one within the last hour. So it's new. Oh my God. We've got 2 school shootings. Trending number one is a current situation happening in Virginia. Active shooter situation prompts shelter-in-place order at Virginia College. One person was in custody, but officials with Bridgewater College said the incident remains ongoing. An active shooter incident at a private liberal arts college in Virginia prompted a shelter-in-place order on Tuesday afternoon. In a series of tweets, Bridgewater College, about 140 miles west of Washington, D.C., issued the warning shortly before 1:30 p.m. Reports of an active shooter on campus, shelter-in-place orders have been issued. Shortly after 2 p.m., the college said one individual was in custody. Okay, so that sounds good. That sounds good. And now on to the Minnesota story. Here is the story from Minnesota. Oh, for crying out loud. Hold on, let me see if I can pull this up. Okay. Shooting outside Richfield School. This comes from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Oh, okay. And there we have it. That's a paywall. So I'm not going to be able to give you that. I'm not going to be able to give you that news because I don't subscribe to the Minneapolis St. Paul Star Tribune. This is why honestly, folks, this is why I'll say it again. This is why there are so many people running around with bad information, because actual real news sites, actual real journalism that pays people a legitimate salary to be professional journalists who've gone through journalism schools, who have degrees, who know what they're doing, who understand the long-standing rules of reporting and what is and what isn't appropriate to put out there. All of those sites that put out actual news have hidden behind paywalls. And they have been replaced by these newfangled websites that are just pretend news sites. They're just people, going, hey, we've got the graphics to make this look like a real news site. And then they put all kinds of bullshit out there. And now you got people doing shots of their own urine. But honestly, news hiding behind paywalls is why we are all running around severely misinformed. All right. Earthquake, Oxford High School shooting. Here's what okay. So apparently now there's another. Oh no, that's Oxford. That's in Michigan. That's I got nothing. I got Golden Corral is still trying 2 injured in Grand Avenue shooting. And oh, look at this trending here in the top 10. Don Cornelius with the question, who was Don Cornelius? What do you mean, who was Don Cornelius? Soul Train was a musical variety show that remained on air for 35 years. Don Cornelius created the show in 1971, and it ran until 1993. Born on September 27th, 1936, Don Cornelius grew up in the Chicago neighborhood of Bronzeville. He went on to graduate from DuSable High School. Cornelius served 18 months in Korea. And he began working various jobs, from tire salesman to an officer with the Chicago Police Department. A lot of people don't know that Don Cornelius was a cop. In 1966, Cornelius began a 3-month broadcasting course and ended up finding a job as an announcer, reporter, and DJ for Chicago-based station WVON. Still on the air, VON. The next year, he joined WCIU-TV local station in Chicago, hosting his own news program. In 1970, Soul Train was launched on the Chicago station as a daily local show before entering national syndication and moving to Los Angeles in the 70s. During the 60s, Cornelius... Okay, there you go. The Soul Train. He was cool. He was a cool guy. Ended up killing himself because he was in so much pain from whatever it was he was going through. God love him. Speaking of my hometown, the town of my Ute, Chicago is trending here. Chicago is trending. Also in the top 10. No, so this is 12. Let's see. Big storm. Big ass storm coming to Chicago. Big ass snowstorm. We're going to get some stuff here in Texas. I wonder if this is all part of the same kind of thing. Traditionally, of course, Groundhog Day. There's going to be a big Groundhog Day snowstorm in Chicago. All right, there you go. That's all. There ain't really nothing else trending. What is that? Okay, Don Cornelius accused of sexual abuse. Well, it was the 70s. He was a sex symbol. The ladies all loved Don Cornelius. I do know that the series that I watched about Don Cornelius, I think it was an Amazon series. That might be it, Jennifer. It might be what you're talking about. The series that I watched certainly plays up Don Cornelius as a Lothario, as a swordsman of the highest order, a serial cheater on his wife. He was, he was, he liked the sex apparently. Well, Ross Rubio, Don Cornelius was like the nice Gus Fring, and then he learns about these sexual abuse allegations. Never mind, says Ross. Never mind. Look, here's how I feel about all that stuff. If you're dead and you were around in the 60s and the 70s and you're dead, stop it. There's no accountability for the Me Too. That we got to draw the line somewhere. Let's just focus on people who are actively. These are different times. Well, what are you saying? That it was okay back then? I'm not saying it was okay back then. I'm saying that these people are dead and it was a different time. If you are still acting that way, then yeah, you deserve to get called out. This is how we hold people in the modern to accountability. You cannot. This is how we say this is no longer acceptable. There is no mileage to be gained out of going back 40 years and going, but this person's dead. Okay, person's dead. They're dead. Most of those people are dead. And I'm sure W.C. Fields was, a pervy guy too. Whatever. Maybe what are we gonna do? Groucho Marx? We're gonna go look into all the women that he's dated. Come on. Leave it. We hold people to account based on the modern expectation, and we have a different expectation. We hold people to account for these things. We no longer allow the Hollywood casting couch system to be a thing. We destroy people's careers for behaving in ways that were completely acceptable for decades. Is it right that it was acceptable? Well, no, not from today's perspective. But I don't know. I don't remember what the average person was walking around thinking in 1950. I am not a person from the 1950s. Those people are all dead now. So let's leave the Don Cornelius stuff alone. It seems to me like he was a sexy guy. I don't know. He liked the sex. Trust me, there are plenty of people. There are plenty of modern people that we can nail. We need to stay diligent, vigilant. Whatever it is, I don't know. I'm running out of coffee. All right, this has been an extended period of show because I felt guilty that I was 1 minute late, and then I felt guilty that we got knocked off the air with a little bit of a power surge there right at the end of the first 2 hours of the show. So, of course, I overcompensated, and we went a full extra. Here we go. Hold on. I just got a thing that said I'm about to go live. What is that? That ain't normal. That ain't right. I'm not about to go live. I'm about to sign off. Can't get the Spotify to load. There's another reason for me to cancel my Spotify subscription. How am I supposed to listen to the dulcet tones of America's favorite failed presidential assassin? My God, this shit isn't downloading at all. Do I need to reboot my phone? I might have to reboot my phone. Oh, now listen to that beautiful buzz. All right, folks. Got a couple days left before the bills are due. You can still support the show in any way you see fit. A couple of people donated some shekels today. I really appreciate that. We didn't quite make it, but we will make it. We will make it. Every little bit helps. We'll be back tonight. Pillow Talk. Pugs and Parker present the Pillow Pundits. I think that's what we're going to call it from now on. You know what I got to do? I got to go grill. I got to go grill some meat because I had some meat that I took out and defrosted on Sunday. And it's time to grill it. It's time to get it on the grill because I don't know if with the weather coming, but I'm going to want to be grilling that stuff. I don't want to be out there in like 20 degrees with horizontal snow. All right, we'll see you in less than 6 hours for Pugs and Parker present the Pillow Pundits. Bye, everybody. Appreciate you. We'll see you. We'll see you then. Love y'all.